You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
What's going on, buddy? You're being put into carbon freeze.
What if he doesn't survive? He's worth a lot to me.
The Empire will compensate you if he dies. Put him in.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life, a look at news, reviews, and other happenings from a galaxy far, far away. Here are your hosts, Scotty and JD.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life. Oh. We are at the illustrious Gamers and Geeks podcast studio in Mobile, Alabama. Gamers and Geeks, you like games?
I do.
I'm asking you, like games?
It sounded like you were throwing a pitch.
do you like?
Do you like games?
I am. But you're supposed to answer.
Oh yes, I do like games.
Do you like games? Well, do you know this is a game store?
I'm aware.
It's a great game store.
Also aware.
They have all kinds of cool games. Like, what are some of your favorite games that they have?
Well, I'm partial to the miniature side,
Right?
Because I work here, so I never leave. But I am here for. Well, yeah, we've got Warhammer 40K. So okay, you asked me my favorite games though. I love X-Wing. My favorite miniature game of all time is Blood Bowl. Because there's so much that goes into it that you don't, it's a very strategic game.
Right.
Shadespire's been great. That's a new one that's fun. It's very strategy based. We just picked up a new one that we're having fun with. It's Gaslands.
Yeah, you just got me into Gaslands today, and I like it. It looks fun.
Which is move like X-Wing, but sort of with templates. But it's a Mad Max Death Race 2000 / Twisted Metal. But the models are the cheapest models ever because you just go buy you a Matchbox or Hot Wheels and you're ready to go.
Right, which is great for me. And then it doesn't matter what you paint them because I'm terrible at painting them.
Yeah, no, you just scar them up because Mad Max. I mean, it's
I would
great.
love to find on eBay some. Remember when we were little, they had the Hot Wheels crack-em-ups?
Yep, one of our players has two of them.
I would love to do the crack-em-ups. So when I crash, I can flip it.
My twins are headed to my mother's for the weekend. They under instruction to bring all my old cars back. I should also have two.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
very nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah, I love those cars. Those are great.
They also have you mentioned X-Wing. They have Legion here, which is the Star Wars miniature game because it's a Star Wars podcast. I'll figure out.
We should probably talk more about that.
A little bit. Of course, our favorite Star Wars Destiny. We've talked about ad nauseum, and we will probably talk about it more this episode. They have a ton of board games. They have Magic. They have Yu-Gi-Oh. They have Pokemon. They have singles.
Dragon Ball Super.
I mean, seriously, if it's a game, they most likely have it.
Yeah.
And if they don't have
we can get it.
They'll get it.
Yeah.
So how do they reach you?
How do they reach us?
Yes.
Facebook is the best way.
All right.
They go to Gamers and Geeks. It's the N, not the and. Gamers and Geeks. That is the best way. We are also on Instagram. Gamers and Geeks. Pretty sure it's hashtag Gamers and Geeks, right? No, at Gamers and Geeks.
Everything.
I don't. I'm looking for all this stuff.
No, it's fine. Facebook's just enough, so we can get
Facebook is enough. But
so if our listeners out there, a number would be good.
I do have a phone number. Our phone number is missing. Where is it? It is 251-725-6640. We also have gamersandgeeks.com. If you're looking for card singles, we have all our card singles listing online on our gamersandgeeks.com, which you can get them there and we'll send them to you.
And
so
they have a great service. I've been here for a couple of years enjoying games. They have a huge play space. Me and JD kind of met in a game store that I used to run.
Yep.
And called Ground Zero, and this place kind of gives me the kind of Ground Zero feel, but better. So I really really enjoy it. So if you're in the Mobile area, definitely come and check out Gamers and Geeks.
Come see us. And
Insta ad, and we're thankful that Games Are Geeks lets us podcast here.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Tommy. I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and I'm joined by, as always, our Jedi Master,
JD Vertrees. What up?
So I would like to talk
Just
about.
said what up to myself.
You sure did.
I'm great. How are you? I'm super.
To our listeners, I would like to talk about Solo. However, we can't. Movie's been out a month.
I'm a horrible Star Wars fan.
Right, and he's not seen it yet, so I don't want to spoil it for us. So we will not be talking Solo.
I know. I'm sorry.
We may be talking about it when it comes out on video.
I think I said that. No, I'll go see it soon. I think I said I might go this weekend because my kids are going out of town.
Oh, so I will tell you this. So our friend Justina and I are doing another podcast.
Hey, Justina.
Yeah, and we're doing. I have not seen a lot of Harry Potter. And she's a huge Harry Potter fan.
As she should be.
On the flip side, she's not seen a lot of Star Wars, and I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
As you should be.
So we are watching the movies together and podcast. We watch a movie, we podcast. We've done we've done our fourth one.
Okay.
I'm doing Star Wars in chronological order.
Right.
So we've done episode 1, we've done 2, the Clone Wars cartoon movie,
Okay.
and episode 3.
Okay.
So next is Solo.
Okay.
We're going to go see it Sunday. You're more than welcome to come join us.
I might. I'm off Sunday, and my family's out of town. So
Come see it. See it Sunday. We're going to see it Sunday, and then I think we're seeing it Daphne because I think it's the last place that's showing it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So come across the bay with us. Have a good time with us. Watch it with us.
Right on.
And that podcast should be coming out in the fall. We're going to release it after we're done the mall.
Sounds right.
And we have learned that me and Justina both like to talk, and so far the only one that's under 2 hours is the Clone Wars cartoon one because we both didn't like it.
Okay.
And spoiler alert.
So is it fair to say that watching the movies is shorter?
Yes, watching the movies have been shorter. I will say this has been an interesting experience rewatching the prequels.
Okay.
I don't hate them as much as I used to.
Okay.
They've aged kind of well with me, especially episode 1. The only thing I can't stand in episode 1, literally, is the pod racing scene.
Right.
Because it's too damn long.
Right.
It just goes on and on and on. You cut that thing in half, and I think they made it longer. And I seriously, I remember seeing it in 3D in 2012 or 11, and because they were going to re-release all of them in 3D, and they only got the first one before Disney acquired and canceled the project. And I think they added to the pod racing scene to make it longer. So when the new Blu-rays come out, they use that. I mean, it's long.
It's long.
It's long. Long.
Oh.
And I'm not a NASCAR guy. I admit I'm in the South. I just bought a miniature game about racing cars.
Right.
Still long. But I look at Qui-Gon in a different light now, and and then episode 2's terrible, but not as bad as it could have. I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
I lose interest toward the end of after the arena fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
When the long CGI battle against CGI guys versus CGI guys,
right.
and the techno club lightsaber battle they have at the end is, and then
Samuel L. Jackson's weird samurai run.
Right. However, that being said, the best thing about this is watching this movie through her eyes.
Right.
Because first of all, she could have cared less. She's being such a trooper for doing this. She loves the idea of the podcast, but it's we do a whole segment of explain the movie to me, what you just watched, and it's a lot of all her nicknames are great. So just alone listen to the nicknames.
Yeah.
There's some things I won't spoil, but she has an interesting understanding of Star Wars as the things progress, because she only knows a handful of things. She knows Anakin Skywalker is Darth Vader, and she knows that Luke is his father because those are pop culture tropes.
Right.
But the rest of it, she has no idea.
Yeah.
And so her trying to figure out stuff has been great. So that podcast should be, I think we're going to debut that in September, so look forward to that. We don't even have a name for it yet.
I'm sitting here thinking, I imagine it's probably refreshing to watch it with somebody who has no preconceived notions and know how good the middle trilogy is compared to the prequels. So watching them in that order, she's gonna be like, all right, these are fine. These are fine.
Right.
You know, these aren't horrid because I have nothing to compare them to.
Right.
But then she's gonna be like, well, and I don't know. She might get into the original trilogy and go, man, these just look so old compared to the other ones.
I'm worried about
and
that.
The hairdos are from the 70s.
Well, A New Hope to me doesn't age well, but I know that's sacrilege, but we've already discussed. And for me, it's Empire Strikes Back and Jedi, and then we move on. You know, I am kind of concerned that she's not going to like the middle three.
Right.
She loves Padme. I mean, she's like, I don't get why she don't see the red flags on Anakin. I don't want to spoil this, but this is there's a big thing about the red flags on Anakin. Yeah. It's just like she can't see a red flag. So, but that's coming out in September, so you guys will definitely enjoy it. So we're gonna do them in. I said they're long podcasts, so we're doing them in parts. So whatever one we start with, they'll be either Harry Potter or Star Wars. I don't know where we're starting first, but there'll be a part 1 and a part 2, and then the next movie. But we're gonna alternate film. So it'll be a Star Wars movie and a Harry Potter film. So everyone can have some. So every month there'll be a different Star Wars and Harry Potter film.
Sure. And you got Fantastic Beasts 2 coming out.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, so I figure by the time we're done recording and they start airing, we'll do Fantastic Beasts in theaters just like we're doing Solo. And we've only done Star Wars films because I was trying to rush to get to Solo before it was home video because that screws up my whole chronological thing. Because then we have to go back, and that defeats the purpose of showing.
So you're gonna what? Solo and then Rogue
One? You're right, because that's chronologically where they happen.
Yeah.
So. But no Rebels, no Clone Wars series, none of that stuff.
That's what, because then poor Justina is just sitting there for months.
Right,
just like,
and we're not going to do that to her.
Oh, I have like babies.
Right. But it's fun. She does have little ones, and watching the little ones watch the movies, it's been fun.
Cool.
So,
yeah, I think I said the twins have decided to watch through them all again, so I'll sit there and watch them with them for a little bit and like cringe during Attack of the Clones, and they're just like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah, but you're 9.
They're supposed to,
and so that's why it is very, very refreshing. You're right, to watch it with somebody who's not jaded after 40 years,
right,
and stuff like that.
And speaking of jaded, I want to go ahead and talk about this subject because it bothers me.
Fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you.
There has been,
in
the last 2 years, maybe 3. How long has it been Force Awakens? 3 years? Almost 3 years? Since Force Awakens? There's a group of hatred that has really bubbled up through the fandom.
Your dark side is showing.
Your dark side is totally showing. So, there are a group of fans, and it's a large. People say it's a small group, but they're small. They're awfully vocal and loud, and I don't think it's as small as they think.
Which is usually how
I don't know.
Start.
I don't know how small it is. It seems like it's larger though. But so, and I'm gonna say this straight up: if you're one of those people who, look, I don't like the Last Jedi, I don't, but I don't hate enough to like run off the poor lady who plays Rose off Instagram. If you're that kind of fan, don't listen to us.
Right.
I have nothing to offer you.
Yeah.
You and I will never connect. You have a love of this fandom that seriously needs professional help. And this is a guy who's doing a podcast about a fictional movie that's 40 years old. So there's
or 3 podcasts.
I like podcasts and Star Wars. But
I back that 100%. I mean, there's no reason to bully a poor actor who is doing her job.
It's not her fault.
What did she do? Okay, you didn't like the character. I don't like Jar Jar, but that's different. Jar Jar. I mean, I'm not gonna bust out on Ahmed Best.
Right?
No,
you're not gonna beat up Ahmed Best.
Yeah, I mean, come on. But with Kelly Marie Tran, I think.
Yeah, Kelly Marie Tran.
She does nothing to deserve
that. And liking Rose or not, I mean, Rose was cute and it was an interesting, and I don't fault the character or the actress for that. I fault Rian Johnson for not giving them a lot to do. Right. I mean, my problems with the Last Jedi is that we talked about it on the last one. No one gets in the same damn room and says this is let's map this out. They just made these independent films.
Yeah. They were going from point A to point B, and he took it from point B to point 7.
Right.
That's not.
He's like, your algebra is wrong, Ryan.
But I'm doing geometry, and that's the issue.
So, but again, and there's people there who love it, and I'm glad you love it. I just didn't care for it, and that's cool. I there's things in it I like. I love Raylo. I was so against Raylo. I was so against Raylo. And Raylo works in this movie. Just like, and I'm like, I kind of want them to be related because I went to school in West Virginia. I was born in Alabama. It kind of makes sense to me.
Oh no,
that was insulting to the South, but I apologize.
I don't know. In everything I watch and see, I always, like I'm sure we all do, empathize with the character that would be us as much as possible.
Right.
Right. The main character.
Right.
Like growing up, I want to be Luke.
Right.
In the
growing
movie,
up, I want to be Lando.
Right. And in Force Awakens and in Last Jedi, the main character's a girl. That's fine. I kind of want to identify and be more of a Kylo because it's the closest I see to, being a main character that we want to identify with as a male.
I don't lie. You want to be a Poe.
Well, okay, yes.
You want to be Poe.
But at the same time, for me,
you're like, honey, tonight you're going to call me Poe.
I'm going to try. No.
Danny, if you're listening, just say, baby, I'm Starkiller Base.
Shooting my torpedo. Anyway.
Family show.
Yeah. But I guess my issue with why I don't want those two together, right? Like, as a Raylo ship.
Right.
Is he's so emo. Like, that's not going to work.
Well, no, it's not going to work at all.
Just deal with him.
Okay, I agree with you 100%. I don't like emo Kylo. And part of my problem with one of the many things on the list on Last Jedi was there's a part where you're like, oh, he's kind of snapping out of this emo kick. And like, oh, I'm digging it. And he's still passionate about what he wants to do. And I think he's still passionate about which are all wonderful Sith traits.
Right.
I'm all for that.
Right.
And then he kills Snoke, spoiler alert, and becomes a douchebag again. Like he just regresses back to
like that scene. You're right. That scene is great. They're working together, and I know we talked about this a couple episodes ago, where that was the thing I really enjoyed about Last Jedi was that every time I thought I knew what they were doing, they took a hard left or a hard right turn. So during that scene, I'm like, great. They are going to join together. They're going to make this gray Force user conclave.
Sure, because if they'd make a gray Jedi, that would shut up most of the fanboys.
Right.
The fanboys want gray Jedi, and I'm like, the concept doesn't make sense to me. But sure, whatever.
But still, not even a Jedi. Right. A gray Force enclave. And then he's like, all right, cool. Now let's be the head of the First Order. She's like, wait, what? He's like, no. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go listen to Linkin Park some more.
Okay, so
or whatever emo kids listen to.
We'll step back. I do like that scene though.
Yeah,
I love after they defeated everybody. He comes and I think for him for that moment he doesn't actually realize what's happened, and then he takes that moment. He looks and he says, in his brain, I think it's like we've cleared the room.
Right.
It's just you and me. We are badass.
Yeah.
What's stopping us? I don't think it was part of like a grand scheme. And so I love the parallel to, and that's exactly what it is, a direct parallel to Empire. It's the join me. But it's such a good scene. But the difference is, Vader's thought about this.
Yeah.
Vader's been like, all right, we got to catch my boy, and we're going to reunite. I'm going to be like, I'm daddy, and he's going to be like, awesome. And then we're going to rule the galaxy because I hate the Emperor, and we're going to kill him.
Right.
Because going back and rewatching episode 3, I just watched it Tuesday when we recorded.
No,
boy, this is too terrible. But he's talking to Padme, and the thing he tells Padme is, "Look, I'm more powerful than the Emperor.
Yeah,
we'll overthrow you, and I can."
Yeah.
Vader just wants someone to rule the galaxy.
Yeah, I just want to be in charge with somebody that loves me.
Right. I want to share this with you.
I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong?
Some things about episode 3 though that since we're digressing to that I find funny. Vader has murdered a whole bunch of children.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of children.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dead babies in the temple.
He got the rules to musical chairs wrong.
Right, totally. just slaughtered everybody. Which is funny to watch Justina's reaction because being a mother of 3.
Right.
And he just, Master Skywalker. And she goes, no. I hate this movie.
Which, and I've said before, best acting in that entire
Right.
movie is that kid. That step back.
So, Padme and Anakin or Vader reunite on Mustafar. And she basically says, let's just get away and forget about everything.
Right.
And it'll be okay. We'll raise our baby on Naboo. I'm just going to let the whole, you've slaughtered younglings go, much like I did in episode 2 when you were like, I killed the women and children,
Right.
Tusken Raiders. And she's like, we all get angry sometimes. Padme's a terrible person.
She just wants to be loved and be left alone.
Well, right, yeah, so.
Well, she wants to rule, but she wants to rule like in Congress.
Yeah, right. She wants to be a senator.
She just wants to be like, let's. Make
She's
some
all
laws.
worried too. She's like, the queen finds out I got this baby. She's gonna kick me out of the Senate, which is fine. We'll just raise the baby on the. They're gonna kick you out of the Jedi Temple. I don't know what we're gonna do about that. And Anakin's like, we got this. Because he totally does. But
Yeah.
I also like this. I also like the fact that in episode 3, this never happens in any other movie. I've never seen this happen in any other movie, and it definitely doesn't happen in real life. So, Anakin has discovered the bad guy, and it's his buddy, his buddy who's been mentoring. His guy's like almost like a father to him, not like Obi-Wan, but he's like like a stepdad. So he's been.
Anakin, if one is to understand the great mystery, one must study all its aspects, not just the dogmatic, narrow view of the Jedi. If you wish to become a complete and wise leader, you must embrace a larger view of the Force. Be careful of the Jedi, Anakin. Only through me can you achieve a power greater than any Jedi. Learn to know the dark side of the Force, and you will be able to save your wife from certain death.
What did you say?
Use my knowledge, I beg you. You're the Sith Lord. I know what's been troubling you. Listen to me.
Don't continue to be a pawn of the Jedi Council. Ever since I've known you, you've been searching for a life greater than that of an ordinary Jedi. A life of significance, of conscience. Are you going to kill me?
I would certainly like to.
I know you would. I can feel your anger. It gives you focus, makes you stronger.
He's the fun uncle.
Right, he's the fun uncle. Who's like, I will teach you the ways to keep your wife alive. And then he ignites the lightsaber and holds it to it. And he's like, you want to kill me, don't you? And he says, I would like to. And he's like, yes, I feel it in that creepy, like, sexual way.
Right.
And then he's like, nope, I'm going to turn you in. And Palpatine says, do what you must. And then he leaves. In most movies or in real life, that dude is gone because he ain't getting arrested.
Yeah.
Homeboy goes back to his desk and waits.
Yeah, you're right.
So I put this up as Palpatine being the most badass character in Star Wars.
Oh, you're going to go get the cops? Cool.
Cool. I'm going to go watch Space TV. I'll be right back.
I'll be right here.
I'll be right here.
Just don't check that planter because that's where my lightsaber is.
I'm going to you up. That's what I'm going to do.
And then he does.
Yeah, but Mace Windu, this is funny too because Mace Windu and like, I know Kit Fisto's one of them, and if I was a better Star Wars fan, I can name them. If I was that kind of nerd, I can name them all. But I came in there. There's 5 of them, like all lined up with him.
Eithkoth, I think.
Eithkoth?
Fisto, Mace. I think there's only one more.
Anyway, I think there was a group of them. Anyway, who all die instantly. Yeah. Why are they
from weird torpedo spinny attack like some Dragon Ball Z?
No, he pulls an M. Bison from Street Fighter. Hadouken.
Psycho Crusher.
Psycho Crusher. That's what it is. Psycho Crusher. So he Psycho Crushes. And then just stabby. It's like prison shanking him. He shanked them all up, and it's just macing him, which is fine. But it was like, why are we here? And how did we all die from these little tiny pokes?
Right.
Do you know how hard it is to kill a guy with a sword, like stabbing them? You've got to stab them a lot. Lightsabers, apparently, you don't have to.
No.
So,
all right. Let's see. Sassy Tin.
Yeah, Sussy 10, who's the goat-looking guy.
4 Jedi Masters. Kit Fisto, Agent Kolar, Sassy Tin, and Mace.
Okay.
And then there was Sidious and Skywalker.
Right, and it's just like...
Which he just like... what was he thinking? He's just standing there watching, and then Mace is about to... Mace has owned the Emperor.
My favorite part of that...
And then he's like, oh, wait, he was stronger because he killed those 3, and he might keep Padme alive, so... just kidding, I called you, my bad.
My favorite part of that scene, though, because Anakin zooms all the way to the Chancellor's office, and he runs in, but when he gets into the lobby of the office, he walks.
Yeah.
Much like we did when we were in school, when we were like running, and then we had to like run to the bathroom and run back, and we would get to a classroom, and then we would slow down.
Right.
And then run.
Or you'd have to slow down past the open teachers'
Right,
doors.
Right.
Gotta go. Nope. Gotta go.
Exactly. Running. So, which was fine. Unlimited power.
The true taser face is what the Emperor is.
You have left me
Taser
deformed, face. But not my resolve. Episode 3 is not as bad as I remembered either. I liked a lot of it.
I do like more of Revenge of the Sith.
I did too.
It's just that fight goes on forever and is pointless.
Because of the same fighting styles, and they even do the weird spinning thing that's mirrored.
It's not that. It's the fact that they're fighting on floating robots. They're fighting on a river. No, I'm sorry. I don't care how good of a you just catch on fire. It's that hot.
I have the high ground. Don't try it.
Okay.
Don't try it. Okay. Well, that's enough about episode.
Right.
But you listen to the other podcast, you'll hear all about it. But it's been fun to like delving into like. I mean, we talk about Legend. Oh, Clone Wars. Talking about Clone Wars and explaining Clone Wars to her was like, all right. So in Clone Wars, you're going to meet a bunch of characters that you'll never see again, who happen to be like some of the most popular characters in the universe. You'll never see again. Ahsoka Tano, never see her. No mention of her. Asajj Ventress, you'll see her. She's gone. No, right. No mention of her. So. Yeah. Right? It's just like...
Yeah, I don't know. It's not part of the Skywalker family drama. So.
No, I mean, I'm not complaining about that, but I think it's just funny that it's like, especially after... I went back and I haven't watched all of the Clone Wars. Because I want to do it as a podcast, right? And I've been saying this for years. And
which would be number 4.
Yeah,
just saying.
I have a bunch of podcasting equipment and a few friends and no life. This is what I do. I admit it. I'm fine. For our 6 listeners, I'm happy. Yeah. And loyal 6. They're all like, we can't wait to listen to podcast number 4. But
thanks, Mom.
Maul has been in the news lately. And Ray Park's going to be at the Gulf Coast Convention, and so I went back and watched the Darth Maul take over Mandalore stuff, which I'd never seen, which is the season. So season 5. So I watched it. It was great. I loved it. It was fun. And then the next one is the end of the series. The next arc's the end of the series where Ahsoka is framed for murdering a witness. She's put on trial. Right. And she goes on the run and blah blah blah, but she goes on trial and you find out somebody else, because
Luminara, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it's not Luminara.
It's her Padawan. It was
Bree something.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. She's annoying. Anyway, so that's where Ahsoka leaves the Order. And so the show ends, right? And then they have another like a lost season that was on Netflix. And so the very next season episodes are clones who have figured out. One clone has his chip go malfunction, and Order 66 happens.
Barriss Offee,
yeah.
Jeez, I was going crazy.
Barriss, and then one clone is investigating it, and he realizes something wrong with the chip and takes the chip out, and he goes on the run. But he goes on the run,
right?
And so it's literally the same episode. The following episode is similar. Padme goes on the run for something, and I was like, they just went like, who can go on the run this week? So I've stopped there. I'm kind of annoyed. I just was like, it was like the Darth Maul stuff was cool. The Ahsoka stuff's kind of neat, and then I was like, could have done this in a better way. I'm not sure, but I got to go back and watch it when we do this show. But I want to do it, and I want to put that in chronological order because it's all screwed up.
Yeah.
So
fair.
It's fair. There's a rumor that. It's been a busy week for Star Wars rumors. There was a rumor yesterday from Collider saying that Lucasfilm has decided to not make any more standalone Star Wars movies because Solo hasn't performed well.
Right.
Star Wars Solo has performed well. It's just not performed well as a Star Wars movie.
Right.
It's done pretty good, especially against Avengers and Deadpool and It's been
a great summer.
It's been a great summer, and so it's still early. And it's Jurassic Park's this week. We had Incredibles 2 last week. It has a lot of competition.
Yeah.
It's also a problem. It's 6 months after another Star Wars movie. I probably would have waited to the Christmas.
Sure.
And you would have probably dominated. But now, ABC is saying that that's not true. So there's more Star Wars movies in the pot. So I don't know what to believe anymore.
Right.
I'm going to start tweeting going.
Because wasn't last week they're like, oh, by the way, Boba Fett movie coming
yeah,
out.
Apparently, is it Tim Miller? The guy who directed Logan, not the guy who directed Deadpool.
Right.
Wants to do Boba Fett.
Logan.
And then there's.
I'd watch the crap out of that.
I would too, but I don't know what the story would be.
Not because of Boba, because of the director.
Oh no,
Logan
I think no. Trust me, I think it'd be a great.
Gritty.
I'm curious what the story's going to be. I'm
just him making him famous. I mean, because he's nobody. His dad was cool. He's not going to ride his dad's name, right? Because honestly, his dad isn't that well known if you think about it.
No, he's not.
Because they're like, who's this bounty hunter named Django?
You're right.
Who?
You're right.
I mean, he looks.
I was recruited by a man named Tyrannus.
Yeah. So, so Boba Fett's, he's obviously a big name. He's big enough to be on the Star Destroyer and get called by Vader, along with Bosk and IG-88 and everything. I mean,
yeah, right.
And everything in the Legends now says, that he's the most famous bounty hunter in the galaxy.
Right.
But that's Legends now.
Right.
So maybe we just get some. I mean, make it rated R, and make him just John Wick the crap out of the galaxy.
I don't want to rate R Star Wars. I don't need my.
I don't know that you can do it. I mean, can you? Because if you don't, you're gonna have him have redeemable qualities.
No,
I don't think you want that.
Who says he can't have redeemable qualities? He can be on the.
Because he's not gonna only be bounty hunting bad guys.
No. Technically, he is. Bounties are on people who have done, like Han committed a crime.
Well, but he committed a crime while committing a crime.
So he's committed a crime. You're like,
for a crime lord who put the bounty on him, which is committing a crime.
But he's
3 lefts make a right.
Sure. I mean, it's all from a certain point of view.
Okay.
It is Star Wars.
So
I could see I could see it. Take morality out of it. It doesn't have to be a morality tale. I mean, I don't want to see, having chase someone who's horrendous.
Sure, but but if he's going to be the most notorious bounty hunter, in the galaxy, then he's also going after the dad that's hard out of his luck that hasn't been able to make work. That's got a bounty on him now because he can't pay child support on Ryloth. So mom's just like, look, I got $20K. I need him dead because he hasn't given me my money.
That's like, shouldn't you use that $20K to pay for your babies?
But if he's he's notorious, he's like, done. I'm gonna disintegrate his ass.
If he's notorious, that doesn't make him heartless. This makes him well known. So make him like,
I don't know. If you watch your dad's head get chopped off,
he could totally.
Pretty sure you're fairly heartless.
He's a clone who chose the life of a bounty hunter. Right. He's an unaltered clone, so he doesn't have any other clone problems. But he chose the life of a bounty hunter. He still looks like a clone.
Yeah.
So he's got that he's dealing with. But That's a whole.
Pretty sure there's daddy issues.
Oh, there's daddy issues, identity issues. There's a whole bunch of stuff there. But if you're gonna do a Fett film, I would look at it and do it kind of like Django Unchained. Make him like Dr. Schultz, the dentist.
No, I know. I'm thinking.
And so who understands that. I mean, he's killing people. That's a thing. Mm-hmm. It's a morality thing that he's accepted, and we as an audience member have accepted that too, because we assume that everyone he's have done great horrible things. We don't know that.
Right.
I mean, there's a scene where in Django Unchained where they kill a man in front of his child.
Yeah.
And we don't feel remorse for that because there's a lesson in that. Right. So I mean that's he is giving a lesson to Django about this is our chosen profession. So I think there's a way you can tell Fett's story and still make him the hero of his story.
Yeah.
Without really getting into the point where it doesn't matter if is the bad guy, is the guy he's chasing truly evil. It doesn't matter.
Right.
And so as long as you don't paint him as the father who I'm just doing what I can, then that's the writer's fault for doing that.
but that also makes a neat twist.
I don't want to say. I want to see Fett do his job. I don't want to see Fett
have morality
issues. I don't need him to do that. I mean, he can have morality issues on his own.
Do it on your own time. This is my 2 hours.
Right, but he's not even that. I think he's got enough issues to worry about with outside being, there's all this other trouble. I think he's beyond that. I mean,
what if we go totally different and do Starsky and Hutch with Dengar?
Oh hell yeah, I'd watch it.
And just buddy cop it.
Oh. have like
Magnum PI.
Have like an Aqualish as Huggy Bear.
Right. We do Magnum PI. He's got Slave One.
Oh yeah.
You got TP in the in the Houndstooth coming. The A-Team.
See, that's the.
There we go.
I would watch. See,
that's
right. That's the you do it. You do the A-Team because you get them all in there. You could have right. Bosk and Dengar, Zuckuss and Forlom. IG-88. So we can name everybody who was on the Star Story.
Yeah. There's you got Bosk, and then there's a Wookiee bounty hunter, but he doesn't last past the first 10 minutes because Bosk needed a new pelt.
Right.
He's your BA.
I want the Black Sun. I want Shizor.
Yeah.
I want Shizor so bad.
Right.
And
to be canon again.
Oh yeah. And
Black Sun is canon.
Black Sun is canon. There's a whole episode in Clone Wars where Maul and Savage take the Black Sun over, and they're all run by Falleen.
Yeah.
All of them. They're a whole Falleen council, and I'm like, okay, Falleen are canon.
Right.
Great. Where's Shizor?
Right. And then, isn't Ketsu Onyo, I think, was working for Black Sun?
She was working for Black Sun when, and so they mentioned in Rebels, so it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
So
maybe. Well, I mean, he's is Shadows of the Empire still canon?
Nope.
It isn't.
No.
Because
it was one of the few
I know
because they made it for the anniversary of.
I mean, it takes place between Empire and Return.
But it was for one of the anniversaries though, and that's why they made because they couldn't make a movie,
right?
So they made this instead, and then because it not only has a video game, but it has the book and it has a soundtrack.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a big media push for something so bizarre.
Had to have been 15 years.
Yeah, but it's I love Shadows. It's great. I like Dash
20.
Rendar. I like Guri and honestly, I think it's probably 15 because I was still in high school when it came out.
Yeah, it was in the early 90s, mid 90s.
Yeah, so it had been 15.
When we actually had video games that weren't lines and dots.
But
and blocks.
I like Guri. I like the story of how Leia got the Bush outfit. I like how and that's been changed. And
I thought you were going to say how she got her groove back.
How Leia got her groove back.
Leia got her groove back.
But that's been changed because that's been changed in Forces of Destiny. Maz helps her find it now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's on YouTube. Watch it on YouTube. There's a Maz Leia one where that's how she gets the because she goes to Maz to help her find Han.
Oh.
One of you is Maz Kanata.
Down here.
Oh, Maz?
Huh. How is my boyfriend doing? You must be Leia. Hans told me about you. So, what happened to Han?
Huh?
Frozen in carbonite. Oh.
Chewie said you can help us. We wouldn't ask if Han weren't in a tight spot. So what's the plan?
Patience. The solution will present itself.
And Maz is like, what has Han got himself in? Frozen in carbonite. Oh, that silly man. Here's what we'll do for. I mean, really, she's like, no. I love Maz Kanata.
Yeah, I do too.
I want more Maz. I hope there's more Maz in the
I still
next
want to
one.
know what she was doing
Right,
in the underbelly of whatever.
I swear to God, that negotiation scene is the most. I mean, it's way more interesting than most of.
Right.
He's a master codebreaker, an ace pilot, a poet with a blaster.
Oh my, it sounds like this codebreaker fellow can do everything.
Oh, yes, he can.
I mean, The Last Jedi. And I was like, why isn't that the movie?
Right. Instead, we get Casino Royale.
God, not even that. Just we're the slowest starship chase in history. Because I don't know. Sorry.
All right, we've been there. We shouldn't rehash that.
Let's talk Destiny.
Huh?
Let's talk Destiny.
Mine, yours, or Star Wars?
Star Wars Destiny.
Okay.
It's your Destiny. I gotta get my phone for this because there have been spoilers. So, Way the Force, the next set is coming out July 5th. The 5th, which is coming up. And so I'm excited about that.
Within 2 weeks.
Within 2 weeks. It's a Thursday. I can't wait to get ahead of my boxes. I was gonna do like an unboxing, but I have an event that night that I can't unbox. So if I unbox, it'd have to be. I may get off early to do it. Have my cake and eat it too, kind of thing, depending on how Anyway, it's not important. Plans. Let's see, Star Wars.
Sweet.
So I'm kind of happy about that.
I am the Senate.
I should have when I named it before I saw episode 3 again, and I should have named it this. So it's treason. So I could play traitor. Way of the Force. There's been 46 cars. Let's see. Let's start with the top. Count Dooku. Star Wars Destiny has given us a new. There's a lot of blue spoilers for this.
Yeah.
So they give us Count Dooku, Darth Tyrannus. He is 15 points normal, 18 elite, has 12 health. He's got 2 melee damage sides, a focus, a 2 shield side, and a 1 resources. But his thing is, after you activate the character, you may turn one of his character dice to a side showing melee damage, turn an opponent's dice showing melee damage to any side. He's expensive. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play him. What do you think?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how I feel about all this. I don't like.
You don't like blue villain, do you?
I don't like villains.
However, they did make the 5th brother.
Yes.
And he's 13, 16. So that means at Epic you can play Epic 5th brother, Epic 7th sister.
Right.
Which is gross. He's got a 1 melee side, a 2 melee side, a discard side, a resource side, and a special. And the special is resolve one of your non-ability blue upgrade dice without removing it from your pool. So all your weapons, he's like gross. It's just gonna be gross.
Oh, yeah.
2 of those running around. Count Dooku's got a solar sailor, which is a ridiculous ship.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
It has two focus sides. It costs 3, by the way. Has 2 1 shield sides, 2 resource sides, and a blank. And after you activate the support, you may draw a card. 5th brother's lightsaber. It costs 3. Has a 1, 2, and 3 plus side. So +1, +2, +3. So it just goes down the gamut.
Yep.
A shield side and resource size. And while this upgrade is up on the 5th brother, you can resolve this die showing a modifier as if it was not a modifier.
Very nice.
And after you resolve this dice, you may deal 1 damage to a character.
Jeez.
So slap, 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 bang. Then we have Governor Price, Arianda Price. She's a red villain. She's the leader of Lothal from Rebels, if you don't know that.
Okay.
And her voice actor she's engaged to the voice actor of Zeb.
Okay.
So,
congratulations.
Right. I wish them many happy years together. I love it when people get together. She has a 2 melee side, discard a resource, and she has 2 specials. The special is turn another one of your dice to any side. If you control the battlefield, you may resolve that die, increasing its value by 1. That could go. So she's a 10-13, so she can get paired from some people. There's an Executioner Trooper.
Yeah, I liked him.
He's 8 points for 8 health. He has 1 melee side and then two melee sides, one with a resource cost and a resource side. And after his ability is after an opponent's character is defeated, you may roll this die into your pool.
Mm-hmm.
I saw online, I don't know if it was Team Covenant or one of the guys were doing on Tabletop Simulator had, I think it was Seventh Sister and 2 Executioners, so 4 die running, and they were just beating up over everybody. It was pretty gross.
Sure.
It was pretty gross. Let's see what else has I got that's new. They've introduced pod racing. There's an Anakin.
Yeah.
Anakin's not bad though for like.
No. I mean, Anakin and his pod racer and Sebulba and his pod racer aren't bad together. I
gotta see the rest of the cards and see if they make it. See if it makes them
I've
work.
been burned before.
They made a new Ezra Bridger.
Yep.
And the Ezra Bridger is awesome.
He's blue now, correct?
He's blue. He's 8 points. He's at Epic's at 11, so he's basically 1 higher than the yellow one. He's got 8th health, which is 1 more. He's got a melee side, a 2 melee side, a disrupt side, a discard side, and a resource side. But it has a power action. If this character has 1 or more upgrades, draw a card or 2 cards instead if he has 3 or more upgrades. So the big thing about this set is, like in the last set, they gave blue guys the chance to get more more shields.
Yeah.
This time they're giving you more upgrades.
Yeah.
And so, what is the card that does it? Is it Lothwolf Bond? Oh no, but Lothwolf Bond is gross too. Hero Force, this would be great for you. Give up to 2 of your blue characters once you leave. You may activate those characters in the order of your choice.
Oh, nice.
For 1.
Oh, wow.
For 1.
Yeah, that would be really good.
That's gross. Ezra gets his lightsaber. Finally has and it's his classic, his first lightsaber.
The sling? No, that's not the slingshot.
It was one that's got the blaster. It's got
Yeah.
the sun blaster on it. So it has a range side, a 2 melee side, a shield, and a resource, and a special. Special deals 2 damage to an opponent character. If this upgrades on Ezra, Bridger force that opponent to lose a resource. So not bad. I'm trying to find that card that makes it. I think it's a hero blue card because they're sure as hell not gonna let.
Dum dum dum.
I know it is neutral. Every blue can have it. Hone skill. Each of your characters can have 1 additional upgrade. Costs nothing, so you can rend it, but costs nothing. So 2 of those. Suddenly I'm running around with 5.
That
makes
my chicks with sticks really good.
Oh, it makes it sick.
Oh my god,
so sick.
I didn't see that one.
So there's a bunch of that's some of the neat spoilers they've released.
Oh, I'm gonna need 2 of those before the 8th when we go to a store championship over in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Because if all my girls could have 5 lightsabers,
oh man,
girl,
girl. But yeah, sets come out July 5th. Expect some sort of video. We'll do a video of something.
Yeah, we'll slap something down.
We'll put something down. It'll be fun.
We'll smack it up, flip it,
rub it down. You make it.
Oh,
We're gonna have fun with it. There's gonna be a bunch of store championships. I'm going to Birmingham on. So I'm recording this. We're recording this on Thursday. On the following Saturday, this coming Saturday, I will be in Birmingham. We'll be doing a podcast there, based on Destiny, that we're lovingly call Our Moms Think We're Special. And so we're going to be.
Sadly, I gotta miss that one.
But that's okay. We'll be others.
Yeah.
But we'll have some filling guests for that. And so Birmingham's having a big Alabama Summer Slam thing, and so we're going to have fun with it doing that.
I wish I could go. But
I wish you could do it. Well, maybe I can bring you.
Stuck working.
Well, you know, dollar bill. Got to make those credits. It all can't be bounty hunting.
Got that stupid morality prevents me from going chasing down deadbeat dads.
Well, 3 kids too.
Right. Don't want to become deadbeat dads.
Exactly. I'm San Diego Comic-Con Hasbro released what they were putting out for their exclusives.
Okay.
And their exclusive, they're doing a 6-inch Black Series Han Solo from Empire.
Okay.
With a Minoc. So he's got the gas mask that apparently allows him to breathe in deep space. I don't know.
Even though it's connected to nothing.
Right.
There's
there's a little belt that
there's a little battery pack.
But and I guess the space slug had atmosphere. I don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know. But I watched Kanan go out in the middle of space and come back all right. So he's like, I'm cold.
Yeah, and Leia.
Right.
You know.
Oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. But and then the other thing is Centerpiece Collection that's gets Rey and Kylo fighting in Force Awakens in the forest, but it's got light and smoke effects on it and the mist effects.
Okay.
Put water in it and it's supposed to mist up and stuff. I'm like,
cool.
Yeah, I guess it's. I mean, it's not a toy, but it's interesting. So probably way expensive, but
yeah.
The Han's coming out. We'll get the Han as a regular figure without the Minoc.
So really, the Minoc is the San Diego.
right, exactly. Well, that's what they do. I'm still trying to get one. I missed out on getting last year's Thrawn. And
was it with a piece of art?
No, a lot of pieces of art.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, there's like all kinds of art, including the Holy Grail from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, because it's in there. It was in. So Lucasfilm told
Indiana Jones is canon.
Yeah, at least the Holy Grail is. And Thrawn has it. Lucasfilm said anything in that office they could make a toy out of for the set, and it's in there. So they were like, "We're gonna make it. We're definitely making that." For me, is I wanted to get it because Thrawn stole Hera's Kamakari, her little family heirloom, and that's in the set. And I got to spend like $100 to get the damn set, so I can get a little piece of plastic to go with my Hera because that's who it belongs to. I'm crazy.
I'm aware.
I'm crazy. I'm not right. I heart Hera.
I mean, I'm an Ahsoka guy.
Right. No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all.
That's why I'm super happy. The prize for store championships this year
Or Ahsoka's.
Destiny is a spot gloss Ahsoka.
Yeah, I'm gonna win those.
I get one.
Yes, you get one.
I get one for running one.
Yeah.
I'm super happy because we got the kit. I checked it. There's a third one.
Oh, good.
It has 0 place. Like, there's nothing on it. It's
Quick
just
Draw is Quick Draw or Tinker the big one?
Tinker. Tinker's the Arabesh.
Yeah.
Extended art.
But it's corrected from the. It's the same. It's the same one from the draft kit price, but it's corrected.
Well, it's an Arabesh. Who knows?
Both of them are in Arabesh.
Oh. Okay.
No, the one that came with the draft kit prize pack.
Yeah.
Was misprinted because it had a cost.
Oh, okay.
Tinker's free.
Okay. It has also got Force Speed, that alt art Force Speed.
Oh yeah, the Force.
Which has two. Who are those people?
Those are the. They're in. They're twin Jedi Masters that are in, or twin Jedi Knights that are in that Clone Wars Lost Mission series.
Okay.
So one of the sisters are killed by the clone who accidentally activates Order 66.
Accidentally activates?
Yeah, his chip goes wrong.
Oh, okay.
And then accidentally he's like, must kill Jedi, and and so you find out that like there's a lot of people involved in like keeping this covered. Like the Caminos all know about it. The Caminoans all because they put it in there.
Yeah.
You figure there'd be a small selection. Oh, they all like know.
They all know.
They all know.
Well, that's the Force Speed, and then the playmat
is the twins. Yeah.
I get one of those too, dude. I went from like 6 months ago having one Star Wars playmat.
Right.
I had one that I won at an X-Wing tournament, ironically.
Right.
Enough. It's just the First Order Stormtroopers lined up. It's pretty, right?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Now I've got like 5 now.
I have 3.
I've got the Thrawn one. I've got the Boba Fett one we won. And then Ross gave me a Mara Jade one from the old card game.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that one's gorgeous. And then I'm fixing to have Force Speed, which is pretty nice.
I've got the Boba Fett one that we won. I've got a Ben Kenobi one that I got from Worlds.
Nice.
And I got my Hera mat.
Boom.
I got my Hera mat from the Galactic Qualifier. So
yeah.
So I'm happy about that.
Yep. Now I hope to have a couple Force Speed mats because I'd like to win. You know, I'd like to do well at
I would like to
store
win
championship. But
that deck of yours
for me, it's not needed. You know what I'm saying? I want to. I want to because I want to do well with that deck.
Right. It's a good deck.
But I think I told you via text a couple days ago. So I was playing against our buddy Sean.
Shout out Sean Riley.
Yep. I was playing the chicks with sticks. And he was playing a very mean new Kylo Anakin. Neutral Anakin. You played, I think, against it at the tournament.
Yeah.
It's very aggro.
Oh, it's very aggro.
It does well. I milled him. I legit
Yeah,
milled him.
and he texted me and it was like...
He was like, how did you mill me? So he was down to one card in his hand, which was Rise Again, come to find out. He was careful about playing it. I needed to do 1 damage because Anakin had 1 damage left on it. I'd taken him down, and I had +3 on the board. I was just trying to get damage. So I have a original Rey die, and I have 4 cards in hand. So I drop a card, roll it. Oh, look, I get a resource. Drop a call, drop a card, roll it. Blank. Awesome. Drop 1 more card, rolled it. Oh, it's a discard.
That'll do it.
He's like, "Are you kidding?" I was like, "All right."
I beat him, and I beat him. I won a tournament Saturday with a ridiculous deck.
Right.
That's Sidious, the newest Palpatine, and a Death Trooper, and I won basically because my opponents had bad dice rolls.
Okay.
And I had amazing ones for the first time.
Yeah.
And against him, he just never got weapons.
Nah.
And so I was just unleashing hell on him. And so he gets weapons in that deck. It's ugly. Because afterwards, he beat me right afterwards after the tournament. But I won a box that I'm going to share with my friends. Yay. So we're going to do a drafts. I'm going to try to do it on a Monday when we can all make it like Destiny night.
Okay. We can stream it or something.
Yeah, we'll try it.
My bad. I did not just drop a Mountain Dew bottle.
That's okay. That's okay. Hopefully by the next time we do this podcast, you will see Solo.
Hopefully.
You can follow me on Twitter at Scotty White. You can follow the podcast at
PezzyFet.
At PezzyFet.
I remember.
At PezzyFet. We're on Facebook at facebook.com/MyStarWarsLife. This is Scotty saying this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours. And may the Force be with you.
For some reason, I knew you were going to say that.
Do I often say that?
Occasionally.
From a certain point of view.
No, stop. No.
Red flag.
Thanks for listening. You can follow us on Twitter at Mopcast Network, on Facebook.com/Mopcast Network, or just visit us at Mopcast.com. And remember, this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours.
Thank you for listening to the Mopcast Network.